Welcome back to Apple Addiction YouTube channel. New iPhone rumors have been springing up from a variety of sources for the last few months, and we've now got a clear picture of some specs of the iPhone 13. When can we expect to see the iPhone 13? We don't have any official details yet, but rumors say Apple's latest smartphone could make its debut in September alongside the Apple Watch 7 and AirPods 3 as part of the tech giant's fall event. So in this video, we're going to discuss iPhone 13. Everything you need to know. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Display and Face ID. Apple is famously secretive when it comes to tech announcements, but going by the latest rumors, Apple's iPhone 13 launch date will be September 2021. The next-gen iPhone is expected to bring a host of upgrades, including a super-fast 5G modem and Apple's first-ever 120Hz display. The first thing that everyone has been waiting forever for is a smaller notch, and we're finally getting it. For over 6 months, we've had many conflicting leaks about the new notch, with some people claiming it will be thinner with the receiver moved to the top, and others claiming it will be less long and more hamburger style. Not only that, but the Face ID system will be redesigned and improved, and because of that, front-facing portraits will be better as well, which is great. We've had the same notch design for years, and it's huge and extremely outdated at this point. Most phones on the market have a tiny hole cut out on the display that's barely noticeable. This huge notch is a pain and gets in the way when you're watching videos, movies, and playing games. It's about time that something changes. The next thing that's super exciting is the addition of an always-on display. Samsung has already been making phones with this feature, but now we hear that the iPhones will have it too. According to an analyst, it will display the time, battery life, and minimalistic notifications. Now, always-on display on the Apple Watch looks great, and it's a huge convenience feature that many people specifically upgraded for. Along with that, we're finally getting 120Hz after years of anticipation. A lot of people thought we were going to get it on the iPhone 12s, so when we didn't, it was a huge disappointment. Apparently, that was because of battery life concerns. Apple had to choose between a 120Hz refresh rate or 5G for the iPhone 12s, and they chose 5G because it's much more marketable to the masses. But that issue will be solved this year with a newer, bigger battery. So now, Apple can include that 120Hz adaptive display, which will be supplied by Samsung. This is something that's already flagship. It's something that all phones should have, so Apple is only now just catching up to this point. The 120Hz displays on the Samsungs are extremely nice and smooth, making the 60Hz on iPhones look terrible in comparison. And with promotion technology, Apple could possibly limit the always-on display to 1 Hz if they wanted to, like on the Apple Watch, so that would save a lot of battery. But, as expected, this feature will most likely only be coming to the Pro models, which will create a higher incentive for people to spend more. Last year, out of the entire 12 lineups, the best-selling model was the regular 12. But now, that could possibly change. The iPad Pro has a 120Hz refresh rate, but does not use LTPO, so it is hard to consider the validity of the rumor. John Prosser said that the iPhone 12 could have received the technology, but Apple decided to cut it at the last second due to battery life concerns. A report says that LG has been tapped to produce the needed LTPO displays for the iPhone 13, which would go into production in mid-2021. A different report suggests Samsung might be the sole provider of LTPO displays for Apple, due to their history of providing quality displays. In April, Industry Watches reported that LG and Samsung had been converting iPhone display manufacturing to the LTPO displays needed for 120Hz. Mass production of devices begins in the summer, so component prep at this stage seems natural. Touch ID. Another thing that instantly caught everyone's attention was the rumor of in-display Touch ID coming to the iPhone. In October of 2020, @LoveToDream tweeted out Mesa UTS for iPhone, which John Prosser then translated to under-the-screen Touch ID. Since then, multiple sources like Bloomberg and Minchi Kuo have mentioned the same thing, but also saying that the 2021 iPhones will be keeping Face ID. And then in January, Joanna Stern from the Wall Street Journal said the exact same thing. On the other hand, with Touch ID on the older iPhones, you could have up to 5 fingerprints. And of course, for the past year, Face ID has been the opposite of convenience because of the mask. You either had to pull it down or manually type in your password every time you were out in public. Although, with the release of iOS 14.5, you can finally unlock your phone with a mask on. But now with the iPhone 13, we're expecting to get the best of both worlds, literally, because it could have that Touch ID, but still keep Face ID as well. So you won't have to worry about having your phone out or face covered. Scanner. And according to Mark Gurman, the scanner will be supplied by Qualcomm. Just like the Samsung phones, and the fingerprint sensor in the newest S21 Ultra is amazing, being much improved from the previous 20 because of its new size, so it's extremely reliable and fast. Pencil functionality. There is always some chance Apple could bring Apple Pencil functionality to the iPhone. The second generation Pencil is sleek and small enough to use with the iPhone comfortably, but it requires a capacitive attachment point for pairing. Apple could release a third generation Pencil, or a new version of Pencil altogether, meant specifically for the iPhone. Storage. Prosser believes, and simultaneously doesn't believe, that the iPhone 13 Pro model will have a 1TB storage option. This is a ludicrous amount of storage for a phone, but it would be fitting for the Pro versions. He trusts his sources that made this claim. Prosser reported last year that there would be a portless iPhone 13 this year, which would rely on wireless charging. While it seemed far-fetched at the time, why won't Apple just embrace USB-C on their iPhone? He's pretty sure it's happening, but only one model will be portless. Camera. Rumors suggest that the iPhone 13 will come with several camera upgrades. However, these improvements are likely to be smaller in nature. In fact, it's possible that only the ultra-wide lens will be tweaked. Apple might give the ultra-wide f1.8 optics. This would effectively increase the amount of light that reaches the lens, versus the iPhone 12's f2.4 ultra-wide. Prosser briefly mentions that he doesn't believe the iPhone 13 will have a periscope zoom lens that might be reserved for 2022's iPhone 14. He is, however, completely sure the iPhone 13 will have camera upgrades. Vapor chamber cooling and center shift stabilization. Another big change said to come to the lineup is vapor chamber cooling. This is great because the current models are being limited due to heat issues. Currently, iPhones do not have a cooling system. They cool passively, which means that the heat gets transferred to the chassis, thus cooling itself down. The team has done multiple gaming comparisons with the 12 Pro Max, and it always ends up dimming drastically, especially when playing games like Genshin Impact that require a lot of power. The previous Samsung Note 20 Ultras were shipped with both graphite and vapor chamber cooling, and apparently they both worked pretty well. So if the iPhone shipped with this cooling system, it should be able to perform much better. Something else we're hearing is that sensor shift stabilization for the 12th Pro Max model should be coming to the entire 13 lineups. This is exciting because the tech works great on the 12 Pro Max. It makes videos look like they're shot using a gimbal. Wi-Fi 6E and MagSafe magnets. Another thing that's coming is an improved Qualcomm X60 modem and Wi-Fi 6E. This basically means that battery life will be much more efficient by using 5G with the new modem, and there will be much less crowding with the new Wi-Fi 6E. A small change that's also been mentioned is stronger MagSafe magnets. This isn't a huge deal because MagSafe is already pretty strong and works great. However, there are a few products, like Apple's Mac Wallet, that don't hold on very well, especially on the 12 Pro Max. So upgraded stronger magnets, accessories like that should be more secure, which is a nice bonus. Other rumored features and changes like possible under-display Touch ID, a smaller notch and always-on display, better battery life, and vapor chamber cooling, which is the best reason to upgrade iPhone. What is your opinion about the upcoming iPhone 13? Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.